Hi, everyone. Welcome in. Welcome to the Future City Middle School Resource Only Info Session. Thank you for taking some time to join us. I'm just going to wait a couple minutes for some last-minute people to trickle in before diving into it. But if you would like to share, if you are a new or returning educator, into the chat, just to get an idea of where you're coming from and what your participation level is for this competition year. All right, I'll go ahead and get started. Just some housekeeping rules. As people are coming in, just keep yourself muted. And then if you want to, again, put your location, or if you're a new or returning educator, you can put that into the chat. So my name is Ashley Wirtz, and I am the Future City Middle School Program Manager. I'm excited that you're here to dive a little bit into the program. You may be joining as a new educator that has registered as resource only, or you may be a returning educator that wants to brush up on the competition. But whichever you are, we have a lot of great information for you. So the session will be recorded and uploaded into the educators resource section of the Future City dashboard. So if you have any questions throughout the PowerPoint, feel free to put them into the chat. I am joined by the high school program manager, Maddie, who is going to be helping with the chat if you have any questions. There we go. All right, so for our agenda today, we're just going to do a short overview of the Future City program, a little bit into Discover E, and then we're going to talk about the different ways that you can participate and the differences between resource only and full competition, and then a little bit into the finals, what you can expect if you do choose to do full competition, but this is mainly about the resources that are available to you. So before jumping into the Future City competition and what resources are available, I want to share a little bit about Discover E. Discover E is the organization that runs and organizes the Future City competition. Discover E is a nonprofit organization that promotes engineering, education, and awareness, and it aims to inspire students to pursue careers in engineering and technology by providing resources and running several different initiatives. Additional programs that Discover E offers is Chats with Changemakers, World Engineering Day, National Engineers Week, and Introduce a Girl to Engineering Day. Discover E offers numerous resources, STEM activities, and challenge videos to help support each of our programs and provide support for educators, students, mentors, and volunteers. So we do encourage you to check out the resources that are available on Discover E's website, discovere.org. So a little bit about Future City. Future City is a hands-on experience where students become the engineers. They learn many valuable skills from increasing their math and science to teamwork and self-confidence. Future City begins with a simple question: how can we make the world a better place? So I want to start by sharing a little bit about the impact of Future City. Future City has grown year after year, and last year we reached over 67,000 students from all over the world. There was a 92% rate of educators saying that Future City improved their students' problem solving, and 93% of educators said that their students' teamwork skills were strengthened from Future City. Future City aims to make the program as accessible to everyone, regardless of gender, socioeconomics, or ethnicity. Each year, students are tasked with building a city 100 years in the future based on a different challenge each year. So as you may know, this year's challenge is above the current, where students will build cities 100 years in the future that float entirely on water. And then students are joined by educators and mentors to help them throughout this process. You can join as resource only or create teams and participate in the full competition. So if you're joining as a new resource only educator and wondering where do I start, begin by reading the handbook to get a clear understanding of the program. As resource only participant, you can access all of the Future City resources without the pressure of competing in the full competition. So encourage your students to think about this year's theme and come up with questions to explore. It's a great way to build interest and engage them in STEM concepts. So there are a couple of ways that you can participate. Resource only. Like I said before, it gives free access to the Future City materials, including the handbook, rubrics, theme information, and more. You're just self-guiding yourself through the program, not submitting deliverables or competing. And then full competition, it's $25 registration fee per organization. Full competition means that you must complete all of the deliverables and fully compete in the regionals competition. In full competition, you are also eligible for prizes and special awards. So if you have registered as a resource-only participant and would like to switch to full competition, please email futurecity@discovere.org. And then if you have any reservations on getting started or leading a team through the competition, please reach out to me. I promise that your students are ready and they're excited to compete. Um, so what exactly is resource only that we've talked a little bit about at the beginning, but the resource only option for Future City is designed for educators and teams who want access to the program's educational resources without that commitment of participating in the full competition. This pathway allows schools and teachers to introduce Future City and the hands-on STEM experience in a more flexible way. So it's a great choice for those who may be new to Future City, have limited time or resources, or simply just want to explore the program before fully committing. As resource-only participant, you'll receive access to all of the core Future City materials. So the resources they provide a structured way to introduce students to real-world engineering concepts, critical thinking, teamwork, and creativity. For example, students can work on brainstorming and researching ideas related to the annual theme. They can practice key skills like problem solving, team collaboration, and creative thinking, all of which are emphasized in Future City's full competition as well. So resource-only teams can still work on many of the same components as competition teams, such as exploring the design process, conducting research, and discussing city planning ideas. Educators can also guide students through Future City's interactive activities and discussion prompts, helping students get a better understanding of STEM principles. Since there's no need to build a physical model or attend the regional competitions, the resource-only option allows teams to engage with the material at your own pace and to see what best fits your schedule. We offer a wide range of resources to support educators in guiding their students through the Future City experience. These include the comprehensive handbook and a getting started guide to help you hit the ground running, along with detailed rubrics to understand the criteria that you are being judged on. You'll also find theme-specific resources and examples from previous years to show students what exactly is possible with the competition. And then we also provide research resources and case studies and brainstorming tips to help spark creative ideas. And we also offer engaging classroom activities that can be integrated into your lessons if you want to have that impact in your classroom. So we do offer those as well. The main differences, so you may be asking what are the differences between full competition and resource only. We've touched a little bit about it, but the main difference lies in the level of participation and commitment. So full competition teams, they complete all of the project components, including building a physical model, writing a city essay, creating a project plan, and delivering a team presentation. They participate in the regional competitions with the chance to advance to finals if they do make or go to the first place in the regional competition. This path requires more time, resources, and dedication as teams will work through each phase of the project with the goal of competing. Versus resource only, you still have access to all of the same materials and educational resources, but you aren't required to compete or complete all of the deliverables. You don't have to participate in the competitions. This option really allows educators to focus on STEM learning and project-based activities without the pressure of the competition or the deadline. So making it ideal for those with limited time or resources, or for those who are just exploring the Future City competition for the first time. Now, while this call is focused on resource only, oh, let me go back. There it goes. I do want to take a moment to share some of the information about the Future City Finals competition, as well as the awards and the prizes that are available to those that do compete in full competition. This might be valuable for anyone that's considering switching to full competition, or for those that are just curious about what's available if you do choose to participate in the future. So the Future City Finals competition will take place from February 15th to the 19th in 2025. This is located in Washington, D.C. The first place team from each region will be invited to compete in the finals competition in February. For instance, and then also teams competing in regionals and finals are both eligible for a variety of special awards and prizes. For instance, the finals competition, the first place team will receive $7,500 for the organization's STEM program, plus a trip to space camp for the team. Second place is awarded $5,000. Third place is $2,000, while fourth and fifth place will each receive $750 for their organization's STEM program. I wanted to touch a little bit on the Future City theme webinar. Each year, we host a webinar to provide Future City teams with real world context and inspiration related to the theme. This session features a panel of experts who share valuable insights and experiences, and it's followed by a Q&A where participants can ask questions and gain further clarity. So if you did miss the live webinar that was in October, or if you want to review the discussion, you can view the recording in the resources section of your Future City dashboard. It's a great opportunity to enhance your understanding of the theme and gather ideas for your project. There are 38 US regions across the United States. So if you are interested, you do have regional coordinators in all of these 38 regions. They are a great resource to reach out for questions if you want to do your regional competition as full competition. They're dedicated to supporting you and providing information, even if you're just interested in visiting your local regional competition, just to see it in action or get an understanding for next year if you want to participate. To get in touch with them, you'll go to this link down below, futurecity.org/regions, and then that is where you will find the contact information for them. Additional support that we have for you as resource-only educators, if you are interested in competing, again, if you do want to switch to full competition, it's completely up to you. But if you want information on your local regional competition, you can always just attend and support the teams that are there to see it live in action. And their contact information is found again at futurecity.org/regions. And then if you have any questions or concerns about the Future City competition in general, or any questions that you have overall, you can reach out to me directly at ashley@discoverE.org. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have, as well as our regional coordinators are fantastic and they can help support you in anything that you need as well. So that wraps up everything that I had for you. This is a great time if you do have any questions, any comments, concerns that I can help you answer. Feel free to put them in the chat, or you could also unmute and share that way. And in the meantime, I am reading the comments. So we have a new and a returning educator. That's fantastic. We are excited to have you back and then also joining us for the first time. We're very excited about this competition season. We have a record number of middle school educators who are registered. So we're really looking forward to it in February or in January, seeing the regional competitions. And then also, if you have anything that you would like to share, like pictures from even resource only, if you want to share pictures from your teams or your classrooms participating in the program, feel free to share those with us because we love to see it. And that's okay if you don't have any questions. Uh,
Hey, we have a question in the chat of an educator asking if their fifth grade student can participate.
Okay, great question. So a few regions do offer a junior competition, which will allow fifth graders to participate. Those do vary by regions. So if you reach out to me through my email, I can verify if that's available for your region, because only select regions do offer that. But let me know where you could either write it in the chat too, and I can check for you as well. And then Brenda, I see that you said besides the webinar recording, are there other resources from previous years? Kiddos are in 4th to 6th grade. So there are, let's see, we're doing resources only. Okay. So there are resources in your resources section of the Future City dashboard of previous models and recordings of presentations, as well as essays that were done in previous years, so that you can see them, what has been done in the past, and get a good understanding of what's expected if in the future you do decide to participate fully. So there are those resources that you can find directly in the dashboard. In addition to that, we do have, the handbook is quite lengthy, which can be a little intimidating to read through. But there are a lot of great resources in there that are, questions to consider, or if you are deciding to put an essay together, what is a good framework for your essay? What are good tips if you want to do a presentation and you want to make sure that you are presenting to friends and family just to get comfortable with it? So there are a lot of resources in the handbook that will help point you in the right direction for all of those. Okay. Oh, Maddie's in the chat helping me out. Is there any background info standards you recommend we cover beforehand? There will be background information or standards. So I would say it's good for anyone just brand new to the program, even students that don't have a huge understanding. That's what the educators and the mentors are really helpful for. There are the resources, like how you said, how to understand scaling your model, because in the rubric it does say that your model can have up to 4 different scales, which scaling I know is kind of a tricky concept for a lot of our teams, because that's kind of one of the biggest hurdles. So that's a good concept to know, and then really just start and understand, read the rubrics. The rubrics will tell you everything that you are going to find for what's in the competition or the program for building your city. The rubrics are a great outline as long as you understand, like, the questions related to the infrastructure or healthcare. Everything in the rubric is a great place to start. But I don't think you have to cover anything beforehand. Just jump into it, and then there are lots of resources in there. If you do have questions, you can always reach out to me. I'm happy to talk to you through email, on a call, if you hit a roadblock, but just dive into it. And then I do see the SimCity. So SimCity is available for full competition. So the codes you won't see in the resource only registrations, unfortunately. Um, so that's probably why you don't see that in your account details. They're all great questions. Thank you for asking them, and thank you for joining us. I'm glad that everyone took some time on a Monday night. Okay, free resources similar to SimCity. Off the top of my head, I don't have any recommendations, but that's something that I will reach out to our team for, and I can send different options. Let me write that down. Brenda, if you want to write me an email, and then I can find some different options, alternatives for SimCity for you. Any other questions that anyone could think of? And if you don't have any questions right now, or if you think of anything at a later time, email me. I'm available I can connect to you on a phone call or just answer your questions over email. But please always feel free to reach out. Okay, I think that's all I had for everyone. If anyone thinks of any questions, here's my contact information. And feel free to reach out. I'm looking forward to a great competition season. We hope to see you next year too, maybe as full competition. But just let me know if you have any questions, concerns, comments, and happy to help.